the 2025-2026 season. Now introducing your visiting team, the Chicago Mustangs, and their starting lineup. And then I'll go through their lineup. And be like, now introducing your home team, Zoo City FC. And then you can start the...
And then dun dun.
And there's...
Dun dun.
Well, how do I transition to their starting lineup?
No, they go first, right?
No, they go first.
Yeah.
And no, we can go at the same time. Because it'll be like, and now. Dun dun. Here,
yeah.
we can practice this.
Oh, wow, practice.
Hold on. Yeah,
practice makes perfect.
Yeah, we can practice.
Chicago's ready down there, too.
Okay.
So,
when are we going?
Oh,
like right
this
now?
is not the same song.
Oh, low key right now.
Dun dun. Wait, what is that song? Dun 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 dun. That might be the different song.
Alright. As soon as it's comes down, we'll start.
Or maybe it's Cash here. Cash.
We're about to start.
That one's really repetitive. Is it Back in Black or is it In a Good Song?
Okay, with what's going on in the world.
Is it this?
We can put that. It's fine. That one's also good.
That one is good too.
It's one of them that you have on there.
Highway to Hell?
Was it Crazy Tree?
Oh, Highway to Hell.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, it's this one.
Alright, you want to turn this on?
What?
You want to turn this on?
Oh, we
gotta start, yeah.
But,
we're going.
Okay.
We're going.
I don't play, right? They go first?
They go first.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you're all set. It's on.
Good afternoon and welcome to Let's Play Soccer Zone. And the last home game of the 2025-2026 season. Now introducing your visiting team, the Chicago Mustangs, and their starting lineup. Ronald Battisti, Nino Perry, Alex Perez, 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 Club. So I think I'm gonna do the Boys Girls Club again if you want to turn this back up. Yeah, the one that they walked out with. Yeah. Zoo City FC was accompanied by the U12 and U13 Kalamazoo crew. Alrighty, everyone, welcome back. I am very excited here. Season, and let me tell you, it is going to be a fun one. And we're just about ready to start off here with kickoff. We're looking for a 7:30 start. Again, Chicago Mustangs are the reigning champions. I mean, if you take a look at their stats, it just goes to show how good they've been doing this entire season. 6 win streak, 7.8 goals per half, 30 plus goal differential, 33% power play, and 83% for penalty kills. So that just goes to show that
Vamos niñas, vamos niñas.
it has really just been a good season. They started off right whereas Zoo City FC still looking for kind of that season player. It hasn't been the best of seasons for them again. Baker has been just a monster at goal for Zoo City FC. They continue to utilize her every game. A lot of trust as Van Valkenburg drives down the line, takes a shot at goal, and no luck just yet. And just like that, they're already in the danger zone. Van Valkenburg gets a tap on the ball, but nothing yet. Still, now trying to build around is the Chicago Mustangs with their first good possession here. Still kind of moving, and you can kind of tell Zoo City FC following their markers pretty well right now. As they run down the line, an open plot and a goal in the back of the net in just the opening seconds of this one. Very quick and early into this game, they make their statement. Number 14, Val Battisti gets it in the back of the net that quickly in this one, and you can tell this is probably going to be a high-scoring game. Hurtado in the circle once more for Zoo City FC. And gets to the feet of Musser. Hurtado and Musser kind of go back and forth, trying to open up the space in the field. No luck yet. Musser drives a little bit deeper this time. A quick pass to Kennedy. A lot of pressure being applied here as the Mustangs try to maintain control of the situation. Nice split pass to Hurtado, but the pass off from her was just a little bit off center. A lot of communication off and on the field. And that's something that you really need for this indoor soccer game. You just need good communication. You need to find out, okay, who's stepping on the field, who's stepping off the field at what time and when. And that's just something that Zoo City FC has been working really well to do so. Driving, Maria Maurer in the corner, trying to work defensively. Still one-on-one. Somehow, some way, the Mustangs are able to kind of get off the pressure and pass it back. That goal is Joanna Mercado for the Chicago Mustangs in the blue top and the black pants. Musser up against the wall, trying to figure out something to do. She has Horner on her as well, and somehow they get it back to Saleha Ty Baker. A nice pass all the way upfield, intended for Hurtado. The ball's a little empty. Jessica Kennedy applying the pressure. And Mercado able to just get the ball out and connect. Driving. Battisti still with the ball. Fancy footwork. Excuse me, not Battisti. That's going to be Collins. You can kind of hear it on the field. Even Chicago Mustangs doing a really good job kind of saying subbing, making sure they know who is on and off the field. Maria Maurer applying the work defensively, trying to get a win. Brenna Musser with the ball, lets a shot off and high and wide. Well, if you're a Zoo City FC fan, you like to see what's being played on the field as Mercado here goes short into the corner. Brenna Musser applying the pressure, and this Zoo City FC team has not let up. They continue to apply that pressure to Mercado, trying to kind of break that fortress. It's a defensive clearance, so it's going to restart in the middle of the field. Behind the ball is Mia Perry. Perry somehow gets it very close up to goal. Baker out of position, almost an empty net situation, but somehow they clear it. Perry gets it back to the feet of Mercado. Mercado goes down the middle to Soto. Soto now finds somebody. Soto trying to say, leave it for Mia Perry. Perry, back to Soto. Soto and Perry are that back defensive line right now, and they're just setting up the confidence, kind of forcing Jessica Kennedy to apply pressure as Kennedy continues to push. Pass ends up to the feet of Joanna Mercado. Mercado still a lot of trust in that back line and is not afraid of the pressure Zoo City FC is applying as of now. Head coach Alex Pavon kind of just spraying some words of wisdom from his place in the kind of that coaching booth he's made up in the corner. In the corner is the Chicago Mustangs, and into the net that ball goes. Trying to get a quick restart here, and they're actually going to take their time with it. And there it is, another one in the back of the net. Something just pretty work there by number 25 on the Chicago Mustangs side. So now, instead of Diana Hurtado, it's going to be Morgan Hadaway to start Zoo City FC off. Winnemore behind the ball now, gets it over to Bruns. Tried to connect with Hadaway, and now Kennedy trying to re-win that ball. Musser trying to get some help. Baker had to get in there. Mercado with the ball. Hadaway applying a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure is kind of forcing subtle mistakes. Hadaway again. Winnemore now tracking. Gets the ball to her feet and is going to try to regain possession here for Sioux City. Still working in that corner. Was one-on-one for a second with Valerie Battisti. Down the middle pass. Really good eyesight, but then Jessica Kennedy breaks up the movement. Shot high. Saleha Baker had a nice read on it, but the shot was just high. Hadaway running down the line. And they don't give you a chance to take a breath. Hadaway gets beat by Kaylee Cowell. Still some movement. A lot of subs coming in and off the field. Bruns now applying pressure to Mercado. Falls to the feet of Wennemar, gets it to Hadaway. Hadaway shot off, but just not enough contact with the ball to get it in the back of the net as Mercado cleanly scoops it up. Mercado again. Tries to get it down the middle, lands to the feet of Wennemar once again, sneaks a pass to Kennedy and then gets to the feet of Bruns. Bruns trying to get her eyes up, trying to see what's going on downfield. She has a couple options. Opts for Musser, and the ball's actually going to get bought up there by Mercado. Ball downfield and a hard challenge by Jessica Kennedy, and yet nothing yet. Gets a little bit dangerous as Musser was able to get a leg on it, but Sioux City FC is able to clear. Bruns now driving downfield, tries to get a pass off the wall to maybe herself or Morgan Hadaway. And the communication continues off and on the field. Driving, fancy footwork, and even better defense on Kelly Collins. Collins falls back to offer some support to America Navarro. Navarro goes down the middle and then lands back to the feet of Mercado. Another line change here for the Chicago Mustangs. Wennemar gets it to the feet of Baker. Baker utilizes the wall, but still the Mustangs have some possession here. Perry gets a shot off, and that's a nice save there by Saleha Baker. Back to the feet of Mercado. Mercado lets a pass long here, but still connects with Walter. Quick passes, 1, 2, 3. Almost gets a little bit dangerous with Bruns there, and I didn't want to say the words as the deflection off Bruns got a little bit dangerous. Brenna Musser now, as you've seen by that defensive possession, Musser able to kind of get her body in between the pass and break up that flow. Driving downfield. And Morgan Hadaway with the defensive nature. Bruns now gets her eyes up and was trying to connect with Musser, but it kind of gets like intercepted by kind of like a head movement there. Musser now chasing down Perry. Mercado sends it off to the side. Has Maurer applying a little bit of pressure, and that's why they kind of have to let it off. Connecting downfield, has a 1-2 system set up. Try to go back up to Kaylee Cowell, and that gets broken up by Bruns. Bruns gets overtaken, trying to make some space for herself. A shot off, and Baker with the near post save there. A little help from the wall. That was Fernanda Soto that got the shot off. Mercado again with the ball to her feet. Has Hadaway applying the pressure. Hadaway using the wall. And almost gets a nice connection with Maurer in the corner. And they're going to call the whistle on that one. Now, I'm not sure if you've seen that. It was Morgan Hadaway. And I believe Valerie Battisti got caught up by the goal. Mercado had stepped out. leaving the only line of defense being Valerie Battisti and Morgan Hadaway. It was a 50-50 ball. Both of them go up with 100%, and Hadaway gets called with the whistle. Jalen Van Valkenburg down in the middle, number 15 for Zoo City FC. You've seen her applying a little bit of pressure. Mercado again, the goalie way out of her goal. Wenamar with a nice interception. And then Bruns was trying to catch Mercado off her line. There's an empty net situation. And Mercado finds her way back into the goal. Shot off and high. Not sure if it was in fact intended to be a shot on goal, but it was high from Diane Hurtado. So a lot of nice ideas here for Zoo City FC, opening up the first couple, I was going to say the first couple minutes of this quarter, but there's only about 3 minutes and 56 seconds left in this one as this timeout gets called. And oh my gosh, everybody just take a breath here, take a second, as not even I have had a chance to kind of be quiet on stream. All the players going back and forth. Valerie Battisti making her presence known, as well as Soto, number 19 for the Chicago Mustangs. I mean, they have been up and down this field creating opportunities, and you don't want to forget Kelly Collins as well, number 11 for the Mustangs. You look over to Zoo City FC and you see, okay, what is working, what is not working? Well, I'll tell you what is. Morgan Hadaway applying that pressure has been so good just only in the first minutes of this game. It's just that pressure. I mean, Jessica Kennedy also applying that pressure. It's been working out. You got Brenna Musser on the defensive line continuing to apply pressure, and that has been working, kind of forcing these mistakes and getting more opportunities on goal. So I think right now the question is how can Mike Rayburn utilize what he knows from these first couple minutes and fix up anything he can in the last 4 minutes in this first quarter before you get another break between the two quarters. Either way, it looks like we got a warning whistle to break up the huddle soon. You got Saleha Ty Baker already making her way back into goal. And now both teams break the huddle. The Mustangs with a quick cheer, hyping themselves up, get back onto the field. There it is, number 11 making her way all the way down. Kelly Collins, so strong for this Mustang side. Going down the field. Musser going downfield. Mercado gets tested. Nothing yet. Musser now going downfield again, working the corner, leaves it off for Bruns. Bruns tries to connect with Hurtado. No luck, but all the nice ideas. You can hear head coach Alex Pavon saying to keep an eye on it and take your time, kind of relax a little bit. Jalen Van Valkenburg tracking down that ball. Passes it off to Maria Maurer. Maria Maurer goes one-on-one with number 25. Still trying to get a name. As falls back to the feet of Saleha Ty Baker. Diane Hurtado with a nice settle the ball. Gets it to Maurer, and she lets a shot off. And I'm not sure if the idea was intended to be on goal, as Bruns was also lurking around that area, maybe looking for a service. Either way, I don't think anyone's mad at that idea. Slick pass over to Bruns. Bruns leaves it off to Musser. Mercado being tested. Bruns had the loose ball, and it was just a little bit wide. Saleha Ty Baker leaves it off over to Maurer. Maurer gets it to Brenna Musser. Baker, couple fancy touches, gets it back to the feet of Bruns, and I think Bruns is going to either try to drive or slip it off to the sides. Tries to connect with Van Valkenburg, no luck. And now we'll break in the pass. Nice work there by America Navarro. Hurtado applying pressure, breaks up the pass, gets the ball, lets it off, almost beats Mercado at goal. Maria Maurer with the angle and the power, unable to beat Mercado just yet. In the corner, still working as Musser applies the pressure on Soto. And that's another one in the back of the net. Chicago Mustangs making their presence known. 3 already in the first quarter of this one. It was number 19, Fernanda Soto, to get it in the back of the net for this one. Baker, couple of dribbles, send it downfield. It gets interrupted by Mia Perry. It's going to be a restart here as it was a defensive clearance, and Jalen Van Valkenburg is going to send it downfield. Gets it all the way down. The ball is still loose, trying to get it to the feet of somebody, and then just cleanly scooped up by Joanna Mercado. Downfield, Maria Maurer tracking. Kind of a lost chance here as Soto tries to apply some pressure and regain possession. Jessica Kennedy by herself, and Mercado with the elite decision making to get out of her goal and beat Jessica Kennedy to the ball. And then a whistle call here is gonna get a pristine opportunity to Sioux City FC. Jessica Kennedy behind the ball, got Maria Maurer near post, Morgan Hadaway on the outside, Ops, and just high and wide. I believe that was Jalen Van Valkenburg. It was a nice idea, looked well thought out, and just a little bit off center from Van Valkenburg. Mercado with some fancy footwork, beats Hadaway. The ball lands to Van Valkenburg. Van Valkenburg gets it to Hadaway. Hadaway trying to turn and shoot. Mercado had a nice read on it, wasn't gonna get beat near post. In the corner working, Maria Maurer. Mercado in a sea of players somehow still connects with Kelly Collins. Collins trying to find someone.
That's time. Who's paying attention?
And that is the final whistle for the first quarter. And you gotta tip your hat to the Chicago Mustangs player on the field right now. Just great playing back and forth. You got a couple good build-ups, honestly, behind the ball. Fernanda Soto has become more and more of this pressure on the field, number 19 for the Mustangs. Then you look over again to just everybody else and the way that they're connecting and working and moving. Valerie Battisti, and then Mercado, who's just getting more and more comfortable at goal as the game moves on. You look over to Sioux City FC, and you had a couple good shots, a couple good ideas, but nothing just quite yet. Either way, we'll leave you for just about 2 minutes and 30 seconds to get a little drink of water, and we'll be right back for the for the second quarter. And just like that, we are back for the second quarter here. Again, I remind you of our score. 3-0, Chicago Mustangs scoring 3 in the first quarter. Kalamazoo sitting at 0. And I got a chance to speak with head coach Mike Rayburn before the start of the third as you get the starting whistle. And he just said he wants to see his players a little bit more on the ball as it's already getting dangerous. But he wants to see them a little bit more aggressive, a little bit sturdier behind the ball. Don't let up possession easily and just continue to press forward as Winnemar shows the grit there, pushing the ball out. More movement. Soto tries to make a connection. A nice connection, but a shot is high. So unfortunate there for the Mustangs, as if you ever want to drop a play, you want it to play out exactly like you just seen it there. It was Soto with a long pass to Shannon Walter. Walter with just a shot high. Maurer applying the pressure, trying to get the ball away from Kaylee Cowell. Mercado with a lot of pressure applied for a Hadaway, and that's something that Mike Rayburn said he'd like to see. Hadaway still going at it. Forces Mercado to push the ball out. Mercado again. Gets it over. Number 6 now. Sanjun Horner passes it off. Mercado downfield, lands at the feet of actually Jessica Kennedy. Hadaway had it, and then it gets ripped away. Horner behind the ball. Moving downfield now. Collins is one-on-one with Van Valkenburg, and a nice sliding tackle from Van Valkenburg changes the direction. Collins up against Diane Hurtado. Hurtado trying to get around her, and it's just Collins continuing to be a presence defensively. She does not let up. Hurtado had to turn back. Gets back to the feet of Saleha Ty Baker. Maurer gets it over to Hurtado. Hurtado trying to look if she has options in the box. Van Valkenburg, Maurer. A lot of sliding challenges from Mercado. Maurer stays with possession, gets it to the outside. Kennedy now in the corner, gets it to the feet of Van Valkenburg. It's loose in the box, and then a defensive clearance as Diane Hurtado gets to the ball, but so does Kelly Collins. Winnemar chasing it down as it gets dangerous. Baker Collins somehow made her way back and forth, and then a diving stop by Saleha Ty Baker. This game continues to be high intensity. Then you got number 25, Yeyas Macias, on the field as well. Hurtado pushes it downfield, connecting with Maurer. Maurer with a couple turns. Has to relay to get the pressure off of her. Now Baker sends it downfield, connecting with Musser. Then it was intending to give some type of relay, to Maurer, and then Yeyas Macias applying that pressure. Navarro leaves it back off in Mercado. Giving a lot of time for the Mustangs to kind of sit back. Mirsky passes it off. Soto with the ball. Sioux City FC not really applying the pressure you were seeing just 2 minutes ago. Down in the corner, Baker ready to protect if needed. Lands to the feet of Walter. And Piper Winnemar really getting into this game defensively. Soto leaves it off to Mercado. A lot of green Pushing downfield. A shot on attempt. And Saleha Ty Baker is able to come out with the save on that one. Couple of taps back and forth. Mia Perry behind the ball. And into the back of the net. That quickly, that fast, you blinked and it was there. I mean, you just tip your hat, really. Shannon Walter able to get one in the back of the net and increase the score to 4-0. 10 minutes left in the second quarter, and Kalamazoo needs to get on the board before the half. That's going to be best case scenario. I mean, I could talk to Mike Rayburn right now, and he'll tell me the exact same thing. They need to get on the board before the halftime starts. Maurer uses her chest to get it on the floor, then gets beat by Macias. Macias leaves it off to Mercado. Mercado sends it downfield. Connecting as they're still building up. Kelly Collins leaves it to the back line. Mercado way off her line. Tries to send it downfield and no luck yet. Cal an option to let off some pressure as Kelly Collins has to turn. Macias behind the ball. Gets her eyes up, trying to figure out some type of plan or if she has to just go back. Opts to do so. Gets to the feet of Mercado. Mercado sends it down. Testing. It was a dangerous situation. Van Valkenburg able to kind of clear it. Gets to the feet of Brenna Musser. Van Valkenburg gets it to Baker. I was going to mention it was a dangerous situation because Mercado had sent it off the top of the board and almost gets it to the feet of Kelly Collins before Zoo City was able to clear. Some help from from Bruns as Musser has to try to get out of the pressure. And that's going to be into the netting, so out of bounds. Gives a chance for Zoo City FC to kind of set up some type of attack. Some work back and forth. Hurtado trying to push past. Maria Maurer gets dropped by San June Horner. And not sure who exactly is going to be behind the ball. And there it looks. Number 6, Brenna Musser. Opts to the side. In the back of the net, just like that. Jalen Van Valkenburg, let your presence be known. Jalen Van Valkenburg somehow gets lucky with the ricochet, and the ball ends up in the back of the net. Kalamazoo on the scoreboard with that one. Took a ricochet off of Mercado's leg. Starting off quickly. Brenna Musser sends it off, so it's actually going to be a clearance as Musser tries to get one quickly. Quick pass, Soto, and it gets scooped up by Baker before anything dangerous could happen. Somehow Hurtado is able to push it forward to Bruns after a little bit of a ricochet. And now Maria Maurer was trying to turn. Bruns applying the pressure on Mercado. No luck yet. Bruns again. Looks like she was intending that pass for Diana Hurtado, but had a little bit too much on it. Hurtado applying the pressure. Zoo City FC has not let up. Jalen Van Valkenburg behind the ball. Passes it over to Musser. Musser in the corner. Mercado steps out, empty net. Hurtado has to go back to get it. And everybody gets a chance to reset. Maurer gets it to Bruns. Bruns trying to find some type of opportunity, instead opts to pass it all the way back to Saleha Ty Baker. Movement as Musser with a nice takeover. Takeover for takeover here. More back and forth. Mercado behind the ball. Goes short to Villalba. All the way downfield. Was intended for Soto, but Baker gets to it. A slight pass, and Van Valkenburg was able to clear it a little bit better. Gets it over to number 14, Battisti, as Battisti goes into the back line. Bruns applying that pressure, and another score in the back of the net. Sarah Bruns was just on that ball from start to finish and scores just that quickly. So much pressure, so much just power behind the ball, gets the right angle, and then beats Mercado near post, gets it around her, and in the back of the net. So there you go. We were talking about how Sioux City FC needs to get behind the ball, stay a little bit more on it, and then shoot in the back of the net, and exactly what you just seen right there, as Sarah Bruns just drives with the ball, gets her own kind of pass, and then just puts it in the back of the net. There's no questions to be asked right there. There's nothing more you could ask more from her. A beautiful goal from start to finish. And Sioux City FC kind of answering their own questions about, can we get on that scoreboard? And now this game feels a little bit different, right? You were looking at that 0-4 scoreboard, and you were like, okay, Sioux City FC's not having their day. But then you get 2 on the board, and now it's looking way different. The feeling on the field, the momentum has shifted, and you can feel this Sioux City FC bench just a little bit more awake as you hear the whistle on the field to kind of break out of the huddle. Chicago Mustangs a little bit shaken up, trying to find the answer, trying to find out why this pressure has been so deadly. I often talk about how when Sioux City FC knows how to apply that pressure, applicates it in the right ways, and really forces these mistakes, it tends to work out in their favor, and you're seeing that play out right before your very eyes. The Chicago Mustangs trying to figure out why this is so deadly and how they can kind of go against that. They had 4 in the earlier moments of this game. Sioux City FC waking up and getting 2 on the board. Let's see if they can get 2 more before the half. Macias goes downfield. Wennemar gets it to Kennedy. Kennedy with a nice pass to herself. Kennedy driving downfield. Mercado getting ready. A shot attempted, and Mercado was able to come out with a save. It was a nice idea, and a ball out of the field. Gets a little bit dangerous as it goes into the bench of Sioux City FC. Luckily, doesn't hit any players or coaches. Musser behind the ball. Sends it off to the side. Kennedy now working in the corner. Kennedy gets it to the feet of Hadaway, but Mercado just comes out so strongly. And Mercado stops any danger from happening. Kennedy breaks up the pass downfield. Macias faced with some pressure from Kennedy. Connecting to the opposite side. Quick passes are able to get them out of the pressure as Lopez sends it downfield to Collins. Collins turns, tries to get around Wennemar. Finds the wall, but Kennedy finds the ball quicker. Hadaway still trying to drive. Utilizing the wall as Baker had to be a little bit careful. She was stepping out of that box and was just very mindful about utilizing her hands. You don't want to get called for that. Kelly Collins drives it downfield. And Bruns applies the pressure. Mercado with an empty net. Kennedy tries to get it. Kennedy gets it to Bruns. Bruns with a nice slit pass. And Kennedy was shot just a little bit wide. It was all the right movements, all the right passes. Bruns again behind the ball. Passes it off to Hadaway. Hadaway utilizing the wall. Has one on her. Battisti applying pressure. Somehow gets back to the feet of Shannon Walter. Walter passes it downfield to Kaylee Cowell. Cowell using the wall. And a shot on, but saved by Saleha Ty Baker. Baker sends it downfield, trying to connect with Hadaway. And Mia Perry utilizing her body in all the right ways, able to kind of force Hadaway to not make that connection. And then a goal in the back of the net. How many times have I said that for the Chicago Mustangs, just as Sioux City FC felt a little bit more confident? They put one that quickly. I believe that was Horner. Could be wrong. Sang-Jun Horner able to get one in the back of the net. I didn't have the clearest of views here near the official's box. Piper Winnemar gets it back to Baker. And now Sioux City FC just trying to make the scoreboard look a little bit prettier before the half. A dive by Van Valkenburg's a little short, and through the legs of Baker. She got caught up backpedaling. And that one was quick work there. It was number 19, Fernanda Soto. Soto able to kind of just catch Saleha Ty Baker backpedaling and not ready. And then a quick timeout here for Sioux City FC as they kind of try to gather their wits. So they're back into this kind of 4-0 situation, right? It's a 4-goal difference. They were doing everything right just a couple minutes ago, and now it feels like the Chicago Mustangs have found the answer, have found the key, and have started to kind of break that pressure and break the passes apart. Well, something that you know that Sioux City FC does very well is kind of adapt mid-game, and that's something that they're trying to do now. How can they utilize it a little bit better, still apply that pressure, and at the same time don't give up any tired legs? The Chicago Mustangs, I mean, just doing everything right. You can see the passes, you can see the passion, the power behind the ball, and then Joanna Mercado coming out with some crazy saves. Really, the scoreboard would have looked different if Mercado would not have come up with a couple of those saves. Just really, really good. Super close calls from Jessica Kennedy going off the side. Sarah Bruns also getting beat by Mercado. Mercado has been just really, really strong as of now. And something that Sioux City FC is going to have to answer to, going to have to be a little bit more creative. And it looks like everybody's just about ready to get out of the timeout. It's going to be Morgan Hadaway in the circle to get out of this timeout. Mercado making her way back to goal. Baker already at hers. She's going to be wary about that back pedal from here on out, as Horner was able to sneak one, and then Soto again was able to sneak one as well. So 2-6 here with just under 4 minutes to play. Hadaway applies the pressure on Mercado. Then it just felt like Mercado had a long pass and caught over by Saleha Ty Baker. Macias is going to get called on the foul, had a little bit too much body on Jessica Kennedy. So it's going to get restarted by Jalen Van Valkenburg. Van Valkenburg opts to just get it back to the feet of Baker. Baker sends it downfield, connects with Morgan Hadaway. Hadaway has some pressure on her, trying to use the wall, connects with Kennedy. Kennedy utilizes, and now it's getting a little bit dangerous as Mercado tries to scoop it up. And Jessica Kennedy a little slow to get back up. You can kind of see her laboring that leg. Well, she picks up speed as Jennifer Lopez gets behind the ball. Walter, excuse me, that was actually Navarro. Passes out to the side. Shot off by Yeyas Macias, and goal in the back of the net. Yeah, Yas Macias. Straight power and drive. I mean, you almost seen it from the midfield, really. Yeah, Yas Macias. I mean, I think everyone's in shock after that one. She planned that goal perfectly. No one seen it coming and just lets the shot off and goal. No horns blaring for Zoo City FC just yet. Hurtado gets the ball, maintains possession. Has Mirsky on her. Mirsky trying to get some help and will. The ball actually sneaks past Mercado, but no one was there to get it, so Mercado's going to resend it back out. Mercado downfield, connects with Van Valkenburg. Gets to the feet of Musser. Musser turns, gets the shot off. It's wide. Musser beats one, has some room, tries to beat near post. The ball is loose. Van Valkenburg lets a shot off, but no connection is good enough just yet. And now Mia Perry in the corner with Hurtado applying all types of pressure. Jessica Kennedy trying to apply some help as well. And the Chicago Mustangs slow it down as they send it all the way downfield. Connecting with Walter before Jessica Kennedy is able to get a turn on it. Musser finds some room. Good block, a body block at that by Valerie Battisti. Van Valkenburg has Walter on her, then gets some help by Battisti. Then a whistle call is going to maintain possession with Sioux City FC. Some movement here as Van Valkenburg tries to sneak one past Mercado. And Mercado, I think, got a little bit lucky with having some help on the line. Wennemar gets it down the middle to Musser. Musser turns, gets it to Kennedy, but it was too much on the pass, and it's going to fall to the feet of Mercado. Mercado tries to clear, gets it to Musser, and a save on the line by Battisti. Mustangs trying to turn. Still nothing yet. 25 seconds left on the regular time clock here. Trying to connect with Soto. Wennemar really doing a good job defensively right now. Just 10 seconds left on this clock. Kennedy trying to drive, gets a couple of bodies on her. And the whistle is going to get blown before any danger could happen. So there you have it. There's your halftime whistle, and there is your halftime score. 7-2 here at Let's Play Soccer Zone in Portage, Michigan. I mean, I just need to wrap this one up quickly before going into the halftime. You had 7 scores for the Chicago Mustangs. All of them earned pretty nicely. Valerie Battisti, Soto, Mia Perry on there as well. So a couple different shot makers. Then you got on Zoo City's side, Van Valkenburg and Bruns really putting in that work on their side. So, I mean, I wish there was a lot to say and a lot to cover. Really, what I'd like to say is Zoo City FC is actually doing a phenomenal job applying the pressure and kind of settling. It's just these moments where they let up on the gas that the Chicago's Mustangs kind of take advantage of that time where they're not being pressed as much, and they start to apply their own pressure and score those goals. Really, even though 7, you might look at that board and be like 7 goals allowed is on the bigger side, but it's only been in these small gaps of time, these small moments within the Zoo City playing time where they decide not to apply that pressure, where they decide to let off the gas. And when they do apply that pressure, when they do apply all of the body, that is when they kind of have all the time in the world to score their goals. That is when they get a little bit more creative and start scoring more and more. Well, I'll leave you here with 13 minutes and 30 seconds left on the halftime clock. Again, your score is 7-2. And my name is Maya Pasillas. We'll be right back. Alrighty, that was the whistle to start off the second half. Your score looks as it is, 7-2. Chicago Mustangs here visiting at the Kalamazoo home base in Portage, Michigan. Saleatai Baker at goal. And the lineup looks a lot of what you were seeing that first half for Zoo City FC, as well as the Chicago Mustangs. A dangerous area, trying to make something happen. Good defensive work from Zoo City FC to get out of that trouble. I believe that was Soto to pass it off to Battisti. Battisti goes back to Soto. Kennedy breaks it up. Bruns with an opportunity to turn and run. Bruns still driving, beats one. Tries to beat Mercado. Mercado working. Still somehow, with the help of Jessica Kennedy, they were able to break it up. Building down the line is Soto. Soto passes it off to the side. Tries to get some help from the wall, and wide shot. As Saleatai Baker had a nice read on it the whole time, but no luck just yet. Van Valkenburg down the line. Bruns trying to get to it before Mercado. Still some pressure as Hurtado now applies the pressure. And just like that, coming out of the half, they are coming in with fire on their feet. Zoo City FC applying all types of pressure, not trying to let go of this game. Baker out of goal, has some pressure. The pass gets broken up by Yeyas. And now still connecting over as Zoo City FC regains possession. Bruns slows it down, has Musser to her left. Hurtado also laying back. Opts to go to Musser. Musser tries to turn past Macias. No luck. And tries to beat Mercado. Near post, nothing working. Just wide. Believe that was a shot by Bruns. And then a whistle call. And I believe you're going to see your very first blue card on Yeya Macias. Macias is going to have to take a seat for 2 minutes here. Remember, a blue card puts Zoo City FC in a man-up situation as the Mustangs have to play without one player on the field. So this is an opportunity for Zoo City FC to set up something nice. Hurtado in the box. You also got Maria Maurer in the box. Sarah Bruns off to the side. Kennedy lets go of the shot. It gets blocked. Kennedy still gets it over to Bruns. Bruns to Kennedy again. Some back and forth. Bruns let the shot off wide. Loose on the floor. Gets to the feet of Kennedy. Kennedy gets the shot off, and a body block is going to break that one up. Brenna Musser now. Musser goes sideline to Bruns. Bruns back to Musser. Down the field as Soto turns on the Jets. Musser able to gain possession, turns. Good defensive work as Soto gets back to her feet. Soto lets the shot off wide. And that was Mia Perry that was getting back up to her feet. It was Soto that got it right after. Bruns has 3 defenders. Gets some help. Can she break through? And Mercado's there as a final wall offense. So still playing a man up. Hurtado on the field. Maurer gets kind of dropped to her feet and then gets it over to Jalen Van Valkenburg. Van Valkenburg gets beat, and then Zoo City FC is kind of laying back on their back foot. Now Macias can get back on the floor in just under 15 seconds. Shot off and high. Van Valkenburg lets it go. Baker still trying to work with the man-up situation. Sends it just high, and what a shot by Saleatai Baker, followed by a defensive clearance. with 3 seconds left on the power play. Macias looking just about ready to get back onto the field. Bruns passes it off to Van Valkenburg, and that's time up for the man-up situation. Macias runs back on. So now it's even player to player, and a nice shot, but blocked by Mercado, as Jalen Van Valkenburg has so much power behind that right foot. Bruns now tries to find a gap. Mercado comes out and kind of toe pokes it. Gonna get a defensive clearance, but kind of restarted in the corner. Quick work, gets it to Kennedy. A lot of pressure applied by Kelly Collins is gonna break it up. Baker tries to send it downfield, but touch and clips the netting. So it's actually gonna get reset as a defensive clearance and put Zoo City in a situation that you don't want to be in. Horner lets it off and wide. Kelly Collins puts it in the back of the net, off the wall. Collins gets on the scoreboard again. And the score increases 2-8. 6-goal differential. Hurtado in the circle to restart. Zoo City FC trying to just move past that, right? You got to have short-term memory when you're in any sport. You got to be able to move past that and just get yourself back on the front foot and in scoring position. Clearance was into the net, so it's going to be a defensive clearance. Opportunity to Jessica Kennedy. Kennedy gets it to Hurtado. Hurtado tries to use the wall, and Mercado got lucky with her back, kind of helping her out. Kennedy pushing all the way forward. And then there's going to be a whistle call on the pressure applied by Collins. So another clearance into the netting is going to offer another opportunity to Jessica Kennedy, captain of the Zoo City FC team. Gets it over to Baker. Baker with a couple taps. Kennedy utilizes the wall. Sarah Metzler, number 22, is on the field for Zoo City FC. Loose on the floor as Mercado's able to push it out. Metzler kind of gets caught up. A lot of bodies next to the ball. Now 3 Zoo City players trying to get possession. Macias able to break all of that up and clear. Now downfield, driving. And good defensive movement there. Zoo City FC trying to break up the play. And Baker was ready for that one. Scoops it up cleanly. Gonna send it downfield, intended for Nikki Page. Your first time seeing her on the field as well as Metzler. Page applying pressure. Trying to cause some type of mayhem, and it's working out as Mercado has to quickly let it off. Metzler, Page still applying, trying to force something. Still waiting for some help from the rest of Zoo City FC. Gets it down the middle to Soto. Soto tries to leave off the pass, and instead Kennedy clears. It was a little toe poke to clear it all the way downfield. Metzler applying pressure. Van Valkenburg applying now as well against Soto. Mercado sends it downfield, trying to connect, and instead Maurer is going to headbutt it into the netting. Shannon Walter carrying the ball, and she was the one that pass was intended for. It's going to be Walter to take the kick as well. Fakes it and leaves it off to the side. Mia Perry utilizes the wall to get it to Soto. Soto shot off, save by Saleha Tsai Baker. That was perfect goalie form from Baker, able to kind of get down low and block the shot from Soto. Nikki Page trying to twist and turn. Baker sends it downfield to Page. Page trying to turn, takes her time. Has Walter on her. Still turning, still pushing. In the corner. In front of Mercado, and Mercado able to just clear as it goes off the official and onto the netting.
What are you doing?
And it's going to be a quick media timeout as everybody was a little unhappy with the call there. So it was a deflection off the official into the netting. And then, so that is going to be possession over to the Chicago Mustangs. And they're going to have to kind of drive back to the other side. And now a yellow card is going to be awarded to head coach Mike Rayburn. A second yellow card is now going to be applied as well. So it's going to be 2 players in the penalty box when you restart the game after the media timeout. Unfortunate moments here for Zoo City FC. Sitting 8-2 into the third quarter this one. Either way, we take a look at the scoreboard right now and just talk about everyone who has scored. I believe you got Walter as your first one, and then Macias is going to be that second one. You have Soto on there, Walter again, Horner, Soto, Macias, and Collins. So that's your scoring wrapped up for Chicago Mustangs, and it just goes to show they keep a very tight rotation, and their forwards have just been able to utilize time and space to get in the back of the net. You look over at Kalamazoo's 2 scores, and you see Sarah Bruns and Jalen Van Valkenburg. Just beautiful work there. Again, when you look at just those 2 scores, you see how they built up. It was all pressure applied. It was all movement downfield. And just like that, media timeout is going to be up here, and both teams are going to make their way back onto the field. Zoo City FC very quickly making their way off into the field. Again, just moments before the media timeout, the ball was kicked into the official. Then off the deflection from the official, it got into the netting. From there, officials gave possession to the Chicago Mustangs, and then 2 yellow cards awarded to the bench. Either way, you resume play here with Zoo City FC having to kind of control everything going up on the field. Maritza Miranda's on the field. More movement. Working downfield is Kelly Collins. Collins tries to connect. Page one-on-one. Beats Mercado at the net, and a goal by Nikki Page. Well, after all the frustrations from just moments ago, Nikki Page is able to wipe the memory clean in just a couple of seconds. A one-on-one opportunity with Joanna Mercado, and Nikki Page comes out on top. Now the Mustangs trying to respond here. Quick turn, slick pass, and then a nice save on the knees by Saleha Ty Baker. Resetting to Mia Perry. Perry gets it off to the side. Soto's also on the field. Page switching out for Morgan Hadaway. Hadaway applies pressure as itchy Nikki Page trips up Mercado. And then Winnemar tried to get some type of assist for Hadaway, but it ended up just going right into Hadaway. Either way, moments for Mercado, a little shooken up. Baker gets on the floor, scoops up the ball as it almost got a little bit dangerous. Baker sends it downfield. Somehow gets to Bruns, and then Bruns tries to connect to Hadaway. Soto reconnects with Mercado. Mustangs go downfield. Nice sliding tackle by Jalen Van Valkenburg. And then they're going to call a whistle, a late whistle on the play, and it's going to give possession back over to the Chicago Mustangs.
Anyone got a breathalyzer?
And there it is, a late whistle on Jalen Van Valkenburg, I believe. Either way, Mustangs trying to score. A shot off and a save by Saleatai Baker. Some more work to be done. Somehow cleared. Winnemar driving, has two on her. The service was intended for Bronze, but had a little bit too much on it and gave some time to Mercado to get to the ball. So it's just been crazy moments back and forth as the drama continues in the third. And a whistle is going to get called. Possession stays with Sioux City FC. So kind of like a corner kick opportunity here. Excuse me, I said that it was going to give it to Sioux City FC. Not sure here, and I think they're going to do a drop ball opportunity. Maritza Miranda behind the ball for Sioux City FC. It's a drop ball. And Mercado is able to scoop it up.
Get there!
Back downfield. A lot of body applied from Maritza Miranda. And Bruns now. Quick movement by Musser to slip it through the feet of Lopez. Morgan Hadaway applying pressures on Macias. Regains possessions. Macias reapplies. Morgan Hadaway lets it fly. And a save by Mercado. Bruns gets some pressure applied from Lopez. And then you got Villalba, who gets it over to the feet of Mercado. Mercado goes downfield to Collins. Collins with a couple skin moves. Mercado, with pressure applied from Winnemar, has to get it over to Collins quickly. Musser clears from Collins. Still some danger to be had as Collins is still trying to find a path to success. Opts to go downfield to Villalba. Mercado with the ball. Couple of changes on the field as well from the Mustangs. Close moments. And Bruns is going to want that one back. Slip ball pass down the middle. And now Soto just outrunning everybody. 1, 2, 3 connection and a goal in the back of the net. An assist from Soto connects to the feet of Shannon Walter. So it was Soto driving all the way down the field. Connects with Shannon Walter, and then Walter just sends it into the back of the net to regain that goal from Nikki Page. Hurtado, quick to restart here. Just about 3 minutes left into the third quarter. Bruns driving Soto on the ball as well. Hurtado trying to turn, trying to find some space. Good footwork from her. Tries to beat two, and then a foul whistle call after a hard challenge from, I believe, Soto. It also could have been Villalba. It's going to be no card issued, but it is going to be a whistle call in a pretty good spot here for Sioux City FC. Jessica Kennedy behind the ball has an option to go to Brenna Musser at the top of the box. You also have Hurtado in the corner, and Maurer goes for Bruns. Bruns over sends it to Musser. Musser has to clean it up. Has Shannon Walter on her back. Opts to go to Baker. Baker now. Goes to bronze. Hurtado has one on her. Trying to beat her. Finds Maurer. Maurer goes diving into the corner. Mercado with a hard body. So some good movement here by Battisti. Soto was intended for that ball. Got to the feet of Kennedy. Kennedy gets it to Hurtado. Hurtado now driving downfield. Hurtado left the shot off in a save by Mercado. Just a little bit too near post. Mercado too comfortable. Bronze lets the shot off. The ball gets loose. Falls to the feet of Soto. Soto trying to connect downfield. Kennedy breaks it up. It was intended for Collins, and Kennedy was able to stop the danger before it started. Kennedy gets it to Hurtado. Hurtado tries to get it to Maurer. Unable to control the pass. It ends up to the feet of Musser. Musser gets it over to Kennedy. Kennedy with a long pass down the middle to Maurer. Maurer trying to settle. Instead, Musser's going to come and help out. Now Brunn's going into the squabble here. And then a whistle call as well. Going to give possession to Sioux City FC. So it's going to be Sarah Bruns behind the ball, I believe. Under just about a minute, left. 1:07. Bruns takes a moment to look. Sends it down to the side. Gets it to Maurer. Maurer in the danger zone, but Mercado comes out alive as she stops that one. Goes short to Collins. Collins tries to get around Kennedy. Still working in the corners, Collins. Baker clears. Gets to the feet of Mercado, and you can kind of hear it from the bench on that Mustang side, telling them to slow it down, especially when there's only 30 seconds left in the quarter. Hurtado trying to apply some pressure on Horner. Horner passes it out. It was Navarro. 18 seconds left in this quarter. Mercado way out of goal. Downfield. It's going to fall to the feet of Baker. Baker's going to try to send it, but it gets interrupted. And then it's going to be a goal before the final second of the horn. Just trying to see if the goal's going to stand here.
It's a good goal.
And it's going to stand as the score now changes to 10-3 here in the third quarter. So they're actually going to call all the players. There's a little bit confusion on and off the field here of what's going on. So yes, the third quarter did end, but because the goal went off before the buzzer and it stood, they have to kick off from the circle before the final whistle. So they're just going to save it and kick it into the corner and call the final whistle for this third quarter. So that's the third quarter whistle, and that is the third quarter scoreboard. 10-3 as, Kelly Collins, number 11, has just been wild for the Mustangs right now, continuing to apply pressure, continuing to make herself kind of this scorer for the Mustangs, and then just some back and forth from there. Either way, they were able to grow the lead to 10-3. And the Sioux City FC a little unhappy and frustrated with some of their kind of work on the fields, trying to kind of move around that and build. Either way, not much to say here other than don't forget to kind of stay in tune with Sioux City FC. Follow us on all platforms, Sioux City FC for Instagram, TikTok, and more. And you can even find out the women of the match on there as well. So don't forget that. Either way, we'll leave you for just about 2 minutes, and we'll be right back for the fourth and final quarter in this one. Alrighty, we are back for the fourth and final quarter here as Zoo City FC faces off against the Chicago Mustangs. Take a look at the scoreboard. It is in fact 10-3. A lot of wild moments in this one. I encourage you to go back and watch the third quarter. That one had to be my favorite. Either way, they continue to play here. Zoo City FC not letting up, and I meant 11-3 on the scoreboard. And that's just something about the Zoo City FC team. I mean, no moment is the end of the game. I mean, I think the scoreboard can look 23-2, and they'd still be playing in this one. Collins with the ball now. Gets it back to Mercado. Mercado with the ball, sends it down the middle. Looks like the pass was intended for number 9, Jennifer Lopez. Instead, able to break it up, Sierra Metzler. Number 22 on the field as well, applying some pressure. A connection downfield to be had with Lopez, gets broken up. Metzler chasing after the ball as Macias gives it off to Mercado. Mercado over to Perry, and some back and forth passes between them. The back line looks like that. Macias, and then you have Mercado, your goalie, as well as everyone else. Some more movement, some back and forth, really taking their time as Mia Perry, that third person on that back line, kind of takes some time to reset. Perry with some control. Metzler tries to apply the pressure. Page with some good footwork, able to turn on Shannon Walter, trying to beat Soto, but Soto is just so quick. Mercado, some back and forth passes, Metzler by herself. Page now applying. Metzler tries to break it up. Maritza Miranda tries to get in there as well. Instead, it falls to the feet of Cal. Cal tries to go back. No luck as Piper Winnemar regains possession for Zoo City FC. Nikki Page up against the wall, able to split two. Tries to go between the feet of Cal. Somehow Metzler maintains possession. Winnemar goes back and tries to clean up the play. Miranda now lets the shot off, and a good leg block by Cal. A quick line change for Chicago Mustangs as they try to apply some pressure onto Mercado. Quick slip pass from Perry around Page. Just like that, Perry makes her way off the field as well. Mercado passes it along her back line. Sends it all the way downfield to a lone Villalba. And then Baker comes out and scoops it up. A little bit dangerous as it's still in the danger zone. It gets shot up high and wide by Jennifer Lopez. So some quick passes within the back line, gets broken up by Horner. Horner going one-on-one with Maria Maurer. Maurer comes out of it alive, but has to face another. And because of that, Horner's actually going to come out with possession, get it to Collins. Collins gets a shot blocked by Winnemar. The defensive presence from Winnemar has been noticed all night. Mercado on the ball, a lot of pressure, so much as Bruns is on the floor, and it's going to be a quick pause. Not entirely sure how to get the athletic trainer out there. Either way, unfortunate moments here for Zoo City FC as Sarah Bruns is on the floor and in some pain. So we're gonna take a quick pause here to kind of look at everything that's going on. You got 11-3 on the scoreboard, and that scoreboard has been wide for Chicago. You have Batisti, Macias, Soto, Walter, Horner, Soto again, Macias, Collins. And then for the Kalamazoo side, you have a goal by Sarah Bruns off the assist of Jalen Van Valkenburg. Sarah Bruns again. And then Nikki Page with the more recent one in the third. That one was phenomenal. I encourage you to go back and watch that one. As Sarah Bruns is still on the floor getting checked out by the athletic trainer. With that being said, we're going to take a quick pause here and give everybody a moment to kind of reset. We'll be right back. And just like that, the game restarts here as the fourth quarter continues. And in case you missed it, Sarah Bruns coming down with an injury. She had to step off the field, is still getting looked at by athletic trainers. We'll give you the update when we can. Hadaway trying to turn. And also, the scoreboard sitting at 3-11 right now. Quick work here by the Mustangs, trying to get another one on the scoreboard before the end of this one. Ball slipped behind Villalba. Gets to the feet of Maurer. Some fancy footwork to try to get around Lopez. Instead opts to go to Van Valkenburg. Van Valkenburg lets the shot off just wide, and then Morgan Hadaway was there for the ricochet, but that was wide as well. Maritza Miranda gets some space, and the shot is wide and high into the netting. Mercado pushing forward, has Morgan Hadaway on her back. Miranda tries to slip it past, but that's not going to work out with Mirsky. A shot is wide by Mia Perry as she tries to get on the scoreboard once more. Battisti falls once, then regathers herself, sends it to the back line, connecting with Walter. Walter sends it off over to Mercado. Perry up against Winnemar, slips the ball through, intended for Soto. Hadaway wary of Battisti on her back. Perry sends it all the way over to Soto. Soto goes down the line. Working in the midfield was Walter before she passes it off. Soto now trying to find some space around Van Valkenburg. Soto still with Winnemar on her. Perry gets it to the side. Baker ready for anything, a save there. So either a cross or a shot attempt was blocked by Baker. Walter slowly dragging the ball back to Mercado. 9 minutes left in the fourth. Cal gets it to Mercado. Mercado goes all the way downfield. Gets to the feet of Van Valkenburg as she gets into that corner and scoops up the play. Van Valkenburg pushing downfield. Was intended for Maurer. Maurer kind of had her back turned towards it, so it gets all stopped there. Now Collins
A danger on the field, twisting and turning, gets around Winnemar, lets the shot off, and a save by Saleatai Baker. Mercado sends it off to the side. Has Macias to her left. And Baker regains possession for Sioux City FC. Was intended for Hurtado. Hurtado utilizes her head and instead gets it to Mercado. Hurtado applying some pressure. Macias behind the ball. Maritza Miranda with a takeover, one-on-one. Has Macias still on her. Against the wall as Mercado scoops it up cleanly into her hands. Lopez up against the wall. You have Jessica Kennedy on it as well. And Metzler there just in case. Jessica Kennedy able to turn, trying to get the shot off, but Macias was there to block it. Hurtado now beats one, unable to beat two. Collins was gonna try to drive, but Musser puts her body on the line to stop that play. Saleatai Baker sends it down the middle, intended for Hurtado. And now Mercado has an opportunity to slow down the pace. Goes short over to her left to Lopez. As Macias on the other side on her right, goes downfield, down the middle. Baker opts to stay within the goal zone. Maurer pushing downfield. Kennedy tries to connect with Maurer. It gets broken up by Cal. Cal turns and pushes it to Macias. And now another time to kind of waste some seconds off the clock here as Mercado has to quickly shove it off before Hurtado gets onto it. A bit of a misstep from Kennedy is going to be costly here as Mirsky gets into the middle of that one. Kennedy trying to regain composure. Off the wall. Still no one really gaining possession just yet. Hurtado able to turn. Has to get around Perry. Will do that. Still running. Perry on in front of her. Hurtado, quick movements. Saved and blocked by Mercado. Tries to get a slip pass, but Kennedy was there to break that up. Assists herself off the wall. Working downfield once more as Mercado has to deal with the pressure. So even though the scoreboard looks as it is, I mean, the movement from both teams has just been wild. It almost feels like it's a much closer game than it is. Musser pushing downfield. Musser still in that corner, trying to find someone to lay it off to. Perry tries to break up the pass. Sioux City FC still maintaining some type of a control as Metzler gets it out to Kennedy. Kennedy down to the middle, and Mercado has to dive but scoops it up. Hurtado up against Perry. Perry reconnects with Mercado. Then gets it over. So some little of a back and forth there as Soto's gonna make her way off the field as well. And a whistle call is gonna give possession to the Mustangs here as Mercado made her way off goal and then was kind of able to force a foul call. Some movement and some quick passes are able to push number 14, Valerie Battisti, up the line. A little bit of a missed touch from Cal is going to cause the Mustangs to move all the way back. And trying to turn now. Still nothing just yet. Connects down the line with Collins. Collins trying to turn and connect even further with Battisti. And then a foul call is going to be called on Morgan Hadaway, and a blue card is actually going to be awarded as well. So Hadaway is gonna have to make her way off the field here as they go into a man down situation. Sioux City FC gonna have to play without one. And then whistle call is actually gonna get us some more time for Sioux City FC to figure out what's going on here. And again, Hadaway gonna have to take a seat here. And I think it's gonna be actually a timeout coming into this one as Sioux City FC tries to figure out some plan of attack to close out this fourth and final quarter with just under 4 minutes left in the game. And then over on the Chicago Mustangs side, I mean, we talked about it. They have a 30-plus goal differential. They're 33% on power plays. So something to keep in mind, okay, as they're going to get into a power play here. Sitting on a 6-win streak, trying to continue that tonight. Look over to Sioux City FC. And again, they're just going to have to continue playing as they're playing. They're playing with a lot of grit, a lot of muscle right now. Applying pressures back and forth. It looks like we're going to get out of the timeout now. So a hard foul is going to get Morgan Hadaway a blue card. Man, it's going to award the Mustangs an opportunity that maybe they don't really need right now, setting up almost 8 goals. Still a lot of time on the clock to get one more or two for Sioux City FC, make the scoreboard look a little bit prettier. As the back line does a couple of passes, lands to the feet of Walter. Walter goes off to her right. Walter again, trying to break up kind of this huddle that Sioux City FC has going on right now. Really bunkered down to try to protect the goal here, as Van Valkenburg is not trying to chase anything. Walter drives just slightly, still trying to get someone to bite. And they might just end up wasting the seconds here. As you pass it off over to Horner. Horner back to Walter, and the passing continues as Soto finally breaks up the pattern. Van Valkenburg still not biting. Soto tries to regain possession off a wonky pass. Walter feeds into the middle, but nothing works out just yet. Passes it off to the side to Horner, and still some back and forth. And now a whistle call is going to be called. And Walter's going to get an opportunity for a set piece here. She goes short to Soto. And Soto back over to Horner and back over to Walter. And it continues to go back and forth. The shot is saved by Baker, as Horner decided just to go straight for goal. So now you got something to be wary of, as Walter still takes control. The blue card almost finishing up here. Baker protecting goal still, and that is the end of the power play. Another save off the line from Baker, and Hadaway back on the field. Goes downfield. Soto now behind the ball. Gets it to Collins. Collins goes across field. Walter opts to go all the way to the back line. Gives an opportunity for her team to kind of get some changes onto the field. Soto was downfield. A shot attempt, but just a little short, as Baker gets some luck on her side. And a quick update on the score. So the scoreboard's showing 3-11. The official score is actually 3-10 as Piper Winnemar tries to get one in the back of the net. It's loose. Nothing yet. Musser tried to kind of slip the ball back over to Winnemar, and it's unlucky there for her as Winnemar was just, so very close. Musser tried to chase it down before Mercado kind of got there in time. You got 20 seconds left on this one. Nikki Page is back onto the field. Maria Mauer's on there as well. Nikki Page trying to apply some pressure on Mercado. They are able to strip the ball away. Only one player, as it was blocked off the line. And that is your final whistle here of the night here in Let's Play Soccer down here in Portage, Michigan. Your final home game here on home turf for Zoo City FC. We're gonna take a look at the recap. And again, I want to remind everybody, it's not 11-3, it is 10-3. Chicago Mustangs with 10, Kalamazoo Zoo City FC with 3. And let's just go through the scoring from the first goal all the way to the last. You got Valerie Battisti with 1 in the first, Yeyas Macias with the second, then Soto with the third, all happening within the first quarter. Then you go on to the second quarter. Got Shannon Walter off an assist from Mirsky, making it 4-0, before Sarah Bruns gets off an assist of Jalen Van Valkenburg to make it 4-1. Sarah Bruns from there will score for Zoo City, making it 4-2. San June Horner off an assist from Shannon Walter is going to make it 5-2. Then Soto from there is going to score, followed by Macias to make it 7-2. Collins will make it 8-2. Then Nikki Page with a fiery goal will make it 8-3. Walter once more, then Kyle to close out the scoring, 10-3. Woo, everybody just take a breath. I mean, you compare shots, it was 29-24 as it stands on the stat sheet as of now. And I just want to emphasize how hard Zoo City FC was playing despite the scoreboard. I mean, sitting here as a broadcaster and understanding the power and the grace that Chicago Mustang carries, you still is very understanding of how Zoo City plays, and they continue to play as if they were only down 1 goal. It was an amazing game to watch. I encourage you to go back and watch it from the beginning if you didn't get the chance to. If not, I encourage you to watch just that third quarter. It was a beautiful one to watch, a lot of drama. I mean, it was a lot of fun for me. And then a couple other things from there to kind of make this game more interesting. Either way, that pretty much closes it up for us down here. It was the final score 10-3 as Zoo City FC falls to the Chicago Mustangs. The final game here on home turf for Zoo City. My name is Maya Pasillas. I was or am finishing up here. Maybe try to help me out with the term here, but I am the voice of Zoo City FC for the 2025-2026 season. It was amazing to broadcast for the team, amazing to see their growth and how they continue to play hard. But, I mean, there's nothing more to add here as the season closes out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, follow Zoo City FC on all platforms. Continue to follow along. Follow into next season. And that'll be it from us. Again, final score 10-3. My name is Maya Pasillas, the voice of Zoo City FC. And we thank everybody so much for tuning in.